How you doing? This is my name is Daniel Colossi. Welcome to Zero to Millionaire channel. This is a channel where we just focus on financial literacy and literally my journey from zero to being a financially independent person. My first step, my plan, you could say, my plan to financial independence. My first step is to pay off debt, be debt free. And there's different levels of debt. I know some people who are in more debt, some people are in less debt. But my strategy, and for me talking to people I've met people who are millionaires and all that. That's the highest I ever reached. But my next gonna be a billionaire. But I've reached people who are millionaires, people who are financially free, who don't depend on their job, and every time I see that, they have their liabilities low. So my step right now is to pay off all my debt. I have credit card debt right now. Just basically just credit card debt. I'll have some school debt, but it's not that much. Like underneath $1,000 for school, whatnot. But my that's my master plan. My master plan is to pay off debt. Within this fiscal year, I'll be debt free. And my personal opinions on that, debt is not a good thing to have unless you have it like in the business. So if the business declares bankruptcy, it doesn't affect your personal life. But personally, I don't believe you should have debt because that really does mess up your finances in a way. That messes up your finance way. A lot of people don't know how to use a credit card. That was me. I'm not gonna lie. I knew how to use it, but I was just using it for the bad reasons. I was not. I was using it emotionally, you could say. Just swipe, 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 without looking at the numbers. Remember, finances is about looking at the numbers and strategy. Basically, I'll be honest with you. Look at the numbers. The numbers will not lie to you. Look about what you're spending, look at it, create a budget, and look at your numbers. So when I looked at my numbers, I realized that I'm in debt, close to almost $10,333 worth of debt. I am right now, and I started looking. I'm like, okay, now what is wrong? Okay, what's the first step? Let me cancel my subscriptions, except for the ones I really need, probably like Apple Music I use and the gym. But I'm gonna cancel all my subscriptions, and I'm gonna pay my debt from the highest debt. I mean the lowest debt, which is my tally account, which is 700. I'll pay that off by this the end of this month. Actually, like next week, I'm gonna pay that off by next week, and then the next credit card, American Express, pay that off within a month. Then my next credit card, which is a lot, I'm not gonna lie, it's like 6,000. I'm planning to pay that off. I don't want to have debt because I started realizing me, I'm paying almost 500 $200 to $500 worth of my money monthly to pay my credit card companies, to pay the credit card companies. That's 200 to 500 I could have put and invested. That's 200 to 500 I could have put even to save it. Even to save it. But I'm giving my $200 to $500 to credit card companies. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. And I had to start waking up. I had to be like, okay, I'm messing up. So clearly something I'm messing up. Let me go to my strategy. Let me go strategize. And I made a game plan. I always say, well, I don't always say, you guys have a financial book. I like things handwritten. If you like doing things digitally, do it digitally. But me, I like things handwritten. You can see it and you actually put in the time and effort to write it down so that you're very serious. So the first step, if I had to educate or like suggest to somebody, I would recommend paying off debt. If you do, I have already have a savings account of a couple $1,000s. So I have a savings account first. First have a savings account, but always pay off your debt and see if you could consolidate your debts in a package so you could pay it off. And you have to stick to the plan. I'm working two jobs right now, working two businesses, three YouTube channels right now. So I'm doing all that. And I want to pick up a second job because I need to pay off my debt. I told myself, I said, I know I need to pay off my debt because the borrower is slave to the lender. That's the truth. Especially if you your own personal name on it. God forbid you lose a job and you have a bunch load of debt. Now you have to still pay the debt. Now that's starting to affect your credit because you have a lot of debt that you're unable to pay. That's the first thing I say. If something happens to me, let's say I lose my job, I still gotta pay the credit card companies. I have a good credit score, but I'll just drop my credit score low if I miss a payment. I gotta pay this off. So I don't have to worry about that. I don't have that stress of, oh my gosh, if something happens, I gotta do. No, I don't want to live like that. That's not life. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm giving $200 to $500 a month on credit card bills, where I could be $200 to $500 a month in my business, $200 to $500 a month in the stock market, $200 to $500 a month I could save up for future investment, $200 to $500 a month I could put in a dividend stocks that could pay me monthly. So I realized a lot of times we give out cash like 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 flapjacks. Like we just give out cash without really looking at the numbers. And if you really look at people who spend a lot of money, or people who have bad financial standings, is they don't write down their finances. So I'll tell you this: I was debt free. I was saving a lot of money. I messed up by continually using my credit cards without really looking at the numbers. I was scared to look at the numbers. I was scared to budget. I was scared to do that. And I ended up biting me in the rear end. That ended up biting me in the rear end due to the fact that I was scared, due to the fact that I didn't want to do the due diligence to look into my finances. Because it's scary. I'm like, damn, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to see how much money I owe. I don't want to do this and that. And that came to bite me in the rear end at the end of the day. That came to bite me in the rear end at the end of the day. But as I always say, you live and you learn. So if you're watching this, learn from me. Learn from me. If you have credit cards and you can't control the amount of spending you have on your credit card, it's better that you cut them off and you pay, cut them credit cards up and pay. I'm not gonna lie, because that was one mistake I've made. If you're unable to even have proper budgeting or proper management of money, you have no business of using credit. I'm not gonna lie. It's good to build credit, but if you're gonna build credit, I always say that this is my rule of thumb. If you build credit, always have a credit card that is at least half or less than half. Me, I would say 10 to 20% of your savings. So if you save $2,000, get a $200 secure credit card to build credit. Cause let's say you max it out, you could pay it off easily. But if you have $2,000 saved up, we have a $10,000 credit limit. You could run that $10,000 up, but then even if you put your little $2,000 on that, that's $8,000 still in credit, and then they have APR of 16, 18, 23, even some 25%. I see some 30, 40% APR. So you're basically working for the credit card. You're really a slave to the credit card. So this year, we're not having that. And the Zero to Millionaire Squad, we're not having that. So we're going to pay off debt. That's my next step. To pay off debt, pay off all my liabilities, because it's a liability. 1 out of 5 Americans are actually in the negatives because of their debt. They have no top of net worth because they have debt. They're in the negatives. They're over leveraged. That's not even leverage. They just in debt. And I don't want that to be you. We're going to get out of this. We're going to work on it. There's Zero to Millionaire. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell me where you're at in your financial journey. Tell me what are your goals in your financial journey. What are you looking forward to doing in your financial journey? We're trying to build a club, an atmosphere, a space where everybody who's trying to improve their financial literacy in their financial life could come over here, congregate, and talk, exchange ideas, exchange what they think, exchange what they're getting into, exchange where they're at in their financial journey. So comment down below. What are you waiting for? Let's do that. Subscribe to this channel. Share this video if you have some good content. If you like the content I'm making, share this video. I'm gonna make at least 2 videos every week on financial literacy. The businesses I'm doing. That's about it. Financial literacy, the business I'm doing, debt, credit cards. We're gonna just talk about everything in that financial space. Everything over here in this channel. This is Zero to Millionaire. Comment, subscribe. Be blessed. Always try your best to improve on your finances. If you don't got nothing, try to be the 10th in there. 10th in there is $10, $20. At least improve. That's an improvement. Then you could be 100 in there. You could be 1,000 there. That's the goals right there, guys. And that's the motive, and that's the mindset that we're trying to set here.